With Joao Pedro receiving a surprising benching in Game Week 2, here are the best replacement forwards you can bring into your side. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. These are the 5 players that I have outlined as potential Joao Pedro replacements for Game Week 3, all at very different price ranges, starting from 4.5 all the way up to 7 million, as I know a lot of people might have money in the bank, maybe they've got 2 free transfers and other alternative situations available to them and their side. So we've gone through every single striker at different price points that you potentially could bring into your Game Week 3 side to replace Joao Pedro. Starting off, we have got Visser, scored today. That's back-to-back games for him, scoring goals for Brentford. They absolutely dominated that Fulham game, picking up 4, ladies and gentlemen, on XG. 4 goals expected for them. Absolutely romped a very worrying looking Fulham side, to be honest. Visser involved in the goals yet again. As you can see, putting up good underlying data as well to go with that. 6 million as well, so it is a 0.4% increase. 0.4 million, percent increase on Joao Pedro. So if you do have that little bit of money in the bank and want to take advantage of Brentford's really good long-term fixtures, the next 2, Crystal Palace and then Bournemouth, then Newcastle away, but after that Everton, Nottingham Forest, then it's Man United away, and then it's back to good fixtures with Burnley at home. So it's a little bit of a mixed bag, but you get 2 back-to-back fixtures. Very good. You can always play it on the bench as well, but with him being one of the leading men in that Brentford attack this year while Tony is suspended, I definitely think he's an option to be considered, and only 7.1% owned as well. He could be a huge differential with the good fixtures, with him banging form and Brentford looking very good going forward. I would say I prefer going for Mbeumo. You just get that aspect of penalties as well, but Visser is looking very good indeed as a alternative. If you can't get Mbeumo, don't have a midfield slot available, or you just can't find the funds, he is a very good option. Moving on to our next potential replacement, and it is Semenyo, probably absolutely butchered that, from Bournemouth. It looks like he is going to be the main 4.5 million forward this year in FPL, ladies and gentlemen. Played 19 minutes in Game Week 1 against West Ham, picking up an assist, was rewarded by the manager this week, started against Liverpool and scored a great goal. As you can see, the underlying data isn't amazing, but for a 4.5 million forward who is now starting games, I don't think you can worry about that, to be honest. Only 1.5% owned as well, so would be a very, very cheeky differential, to be honest, ladies and gentlemen. And with him as well, it is if you need to want to free up an extra million, downgrading Joao Pedro to this man gives you that million in the bank. Maybe you're looking at Eze or Diaby, one of these other players that you might want to upgrade to a Maddison, or another 7.5 with Luis Diaz scoring again today. Maybe that is the route that you want to go down. Completely remove Joao Pedro, downgrade him to a 4.5. I think this would be the perfect option if you are looking to do that. Moving on to my next option, and it is the plan initially that I outlined in my own head in Game Week 1, who my Joao Pedro replacement was going to be, and it is Morris. Obviously, plans have changed a little bit now, but scored in Game Week 1. Yes, it was a penalty, but he did get another slim opportunity. As you can tell, no game week this week as well for Luton, so it is a little bit more difficult to judge on this one, but was excellent in the Championship for them, scoring 20 plus goals on penalties as well at 5.5 million. And the best thing is, Luton's fixtures aren't that bad, to be honest. Chelsea in Game Week 3, so you're probably going to want to look to bench him in that week, but after that, West Ham, Fulham, Wolves, Everton, really, really nice run, and then it's Tottenham and Nottingham Forest, so the good fixtures do continue. The only problem with this move is you are going to have to bench him in Game Week 3, but if you've got the squad to cover that, which I know a lot of people have as their teams are very, very strong, so if you've got the option to cover that, or maybe can just hold off on the transfer for 1 week, I think Morris could be a definite easy switch at that 5.5 million range. I think he's going massively under the radar. If he can perform as well in that good run of fixtures, I feel his ownership could only increase as well. 1.3% owned, again, would be a huge differential to go for if you wanted to replace Joao Pedro with Morris. The next player is Awoniyi from Nottingham Forest. This man, again, is absolutely on fire. The difference with kind of him and the other players is the fixtures just aren't there, to be honest. This is, I think, the reason that I think his ownership is so low and why I'm not seeing a lot of people talk about potentially bringing this man in. But he is kind of on this consecutive goal record at the moment. I think it might be 6 or 7 games he scored back-to-back, kind of carrying on from last season. 2 for him this season as well. Absolutely obliterated Sheffield United. Had a couple of other opportunities, as you can tell, from his XG, 0.78, 0.07. You're not expecting kind of much from his kind of assist potential, but all about the goals with him. Scored a bullet header against Sheffield United on this good run. The vibes are there, the feeling's there. It's one of them where you're going against the fixtures, which is something I don't suggest, and kind of going for that player that's just fully in form, fully in the zone, and just scoring goals. We see it all the time happen in FPL. I prefer to go for fixtures over form. That is just kind of my personal preference. I think longer term that just works out. But if you're feeling the vibe of Awoniyi, you want to back him, I definitely think it is an option, but the fixtures, like I said, aren't quite there. Manchester United, Chelsea, then Burnley, then it's City and Brentford. So it's not an easy run in that from Awoniyi. Coming up against some of the best defences in the league, you do imagine he is going to struggle to continue this goal-scoring record. Now, the final man we are going to talk about as a potential replacement, and this is something that I'm looking at doing, potentially removing Salah from my side or Gabriel, depending on his kind of minutes, issues, and kind of what the situation is on Monday. It is Jackson from Chelsea. He looked very good in the Liverpool game. Obviously, this is being filmed on a Saturday, so I haven't quite got to see his performance against West Ham. If it's really good, he is definitely going to be in my team 100%. 16.3% ownership. You imagine if he performs against West Ham, that is going to shoot up. There's going to be price increases as well. Only 1 point in game week 1, but I think there was plenty of encouragement and plenty of signs that he is going to be a good FPL asset. 1.19 XG, created lots of opportunities as well. Looked really good, getting in the right positions, and that's what I want to see from my forwards. You know, sometimes you see them where they get very limited kind of goal scoring opportunities and take them, which is great. Always want to see points, but when a player is getting in the right positions, picking up good XG, I think that's just very encouraging from kind of like a long-term points perspective, especially with the good fixtures that Chelsea have got. You want to be holding this man till around game week 9. The fixtures: Luton, Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth, Aston Villa, Fulham and Burnley. A really good run. Those fixtures in game week 3 and 4, Luton and Nottingham Forest back to back at home, is absolutely scintillating. And then to follow that up, Bournemouth as well. I think Chelsea assets as a whole should be on your radar for game week 3, and Jackson is at the top of my priority list, to be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Those were the 5 forwards that I have outlined that you potentially could replace Joao Pedro with. If you are looking for any other replacements in any other positions, let me know down in the comment section below, as I do try to answer every single question, and we're trying to hit 2,000 subs before the end of August. Would be absolutely amazing if we could do that. So if you like the content, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.